وتحديد استراتيجيات العام الجديد يبقى الشغل الشاغل لمجتمع الأعمال في نهاية كل سنة. د.تومي ينصح القادة بوضع ما لا ينبغي عليهم فعله في صلب خططهم الاستراتيجية.
نحن بصدد إعداد استراتيجيتنا للعام الجديد. هل من نصائح حول آلية ترتيب الأولويات؟
Growing up in the U.S., each year when Christmas time rolled around, my dad would ask myself and my two sisters to make a Christmas list. Now, every time I was asked to make a Christmas list, I would go get what was the Sears catalog. I guess that would be like going to some online site now, but the Sears catalog was the best we had in those days. And I would pull out the Sears catalog. I would flip immediately to the back section, because the back section is where all of the sports and the toys were. And I would list out everything I wanted. Now, my Christmas lists were really, really long. So I would make these long lists. And then I would give it to my dad and hoping I would get everything on the list, but knowing in reality that wasn't going to happen. And then Christmas would roll around, we would get our gifts, and inshallah we were excited about what we got each year. Now, as I think about this and I look into the way we handle strategy today, I think there's a similarity to it. What we do is we list out everything we want to do. But there's a problem with that. And there was a problem with what I was doing in making my Christmas list. The more I listed out, the less likely I was to actually get what I really wanted. So rather than making a list of 20, 30, 40 items, I would have been better off as a young boy to make a list of the 3, 4, 5 things that I really wanted. I would have had a better chance. Odds would have been in my favor to get what I was after. And that is exactly what we need to be thinking about when we're planning strategy. There's this misnomer, this idea that says when we're planning strategy, we need to determine what to do. Actually, when you're planning strategy, you need to spend equal amount of time, or maybe even more, determining what not to do. Remember, the core of the word strategy, or the core of the word decision actually, is a Latin word that means cis, C-I-S, which means to cut out. One of the aspects when you're making strategic decisions is deciding what not to do. I believe in business, no should be a lot bigger than yes. So we're deciding what not to do more frequently. Now, why do you say that? You may be asking, Dr. Tommy, why would you say we need to determine what not to do equal with, or maybe even more so than determining what to do? Here's why. Over the years of business, we start doing things, and as our business grows, what happens is creep comes in. Idea creep, cost creep, projects that we take on. So one year, somebody comes in and says, we need to do this report. We need to do this activity. We need to provide this service. And we keep doing it. That individual leaves. Nobody's looking at the report. Nobody's following up on this activity anymore, but we keep doing it and we continue doing these pieces. So what happens is, in reality, we have a lot of things that we're doing in the business because we've always done them. And what we need to do is stop doing those so we can spend more time on the reduced list, i.e., cut things out so we can spend more time doing what we need to do. That is actually what great strategy meetings are about. That is what strategic leaders do. It's not just figure out what to do, they figure out what not to do as well.